Have you heard any reports of Child Protective Services doing anything with people with condemned properties?
Yes, that's happening in the county, in Yancey County.
Her legs was trapped underneath that debris and she was laying upside down.
And she was deceased?
Deceased, yeah. She's probably in her 60s, late 60s.
So she didn't have a chance?
No. He was up at the end of the road. He was deceased too. She washed all the way down. She's probably half a mile. But all this was completely gone. The next house down that swept away, I've known them since I was a child. The guy survived and the lady didn't. She was in that hall right down there where they're digging right now. He survived. He crawled out of that. Just thankful to be alive. These people are that survived up here.
It'd be nice to have some help from the government. I was denied. Pretty much they told me I just have to take a loss. People have lost houses, their life, families still missing. It's sad times.
On our first deployment, we came in from the south, so I wasn't able to see what the devastation had done to this area from the other opposite side of the town. And it is absolutely as bad, if not worse, because it was the bottom of the valley, south of Swannanoa. It's bad, and even 5-6 weeks after the hurricane, it's just still tremendous devastation.
That's half of the donations that were at ACE. And there's more at the front in the nest. Wow. It's pretty awesome.
TJ drop off some stuff?
No, this isn't TJ stuff. This is from Morgan's ACE.
Are they bringing more stuff up?
Mm-hmm. He got stuff from TJ. Yeah, correct.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, that's awesome. Have you enjoyed the videos? We really appreciate all the support. You can click the link below to become a monthly sponsor to help support our ministry. Enjoy the rest of the show and really appreciate all your support. Thank you.
We're going to meet Adrian and get laid out on our first work project and kind of get a scope of what we're going to be doing out here. About a truckload of supplies for them, cleaning supplies, stuff like that. And then all the tools will be in the back of my truck so it can...
So when we're done today, are we going to leave everything with Adrian?
Yes.
Okay, good.
We're glad that Big Ivy opened up and let us camp here, and we're dropping off some donations and carrying the rest out to Adrian. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a good weekend.
Yeah, I first time out, not really sure what to expect. Just looking to help as many folks as we can this weekend, and give love where it's needed.
So you are our first father-son volunteer. Aiden, what does this mean to you to be on an adventure like this with your father at 12 years old?
We get to spend more time together, so it's fun to do that.
It's good bonding time.
Yeah, it's good bonding time.
What are you most looking forward to today?
Probably like going around and helping people that we need to. Cause
doing some of God's work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because some of these people's houses are just completely destroyed and they have to sleep on the ground in tents.
I mean, coming through last night, it was not really that different. I really feel bad. I think this recovery is going to take a super long time. We'll do what we can to put our little dent in it, but these people need help. This is rough.
It's the biggest disaster that I've ever seen in my life in 49 years living here. And I've been a lot of places, I've worked a lot of storms, and this is the worst I've ever seen. A lot of places that the river never gets in, it was at least like my wood yard, it was under about 8 to 10 foot of water. I've never seen that in my lifetime. It'd be nice to have some help from the government. I was denied on my wood yard, which a lot of people need stuff worse than I do, but I was pretty much, they told me I just have to take a loss. We were sure thankful that you guys and everybody else did come out and bring supplies and help, because we'd have never got through it without the help. It's been amazing at the people that's reached out to help all over the United States and other places. People have lost houses, their life, families still missing. It's sad times.
So what's the plan for today? You're kind of our touch contact point.
There's a house up here that trees fell on, and I got up and cut the tree off.
Can we chop up the tree?
And all you need to do is just kind of clean up around that, or
Let's do it.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we'll tackle that, and once we get that cleaned up, we can roll down
You
there,
can, yep.
talk to him.
Question: have you heard any reports of Child Protective Services doing anything with people with condemned properties taken?
Yes, that's happening in the county, in Yancey County, but
Tell me more about that.
there's been a lot of everybody's that's needs help has been helped. So, and have a place to stay. They're bringing campers in. There's a camper down here, and they're just donating them and giving them to people that needs them. So there's nobody that I know of right now that's just completely don't have nowhere to go. They might be homeless, but they have somewhere to stay or live.
Sleep at least.
Yeah. This community goes up in here a pretty good way. I don't know if you can see up on the mountain. There's probably 20 homes up in here, and a lot of them stayed, a lot of them left. It's like I said, sometimes you learn who the backbone of the community is when you have a disaster. But all you can do is help, and that's what we've tried to do.
Are you a volunteer firefighter over at Burnsville?
Yes, sir, I am.
How long you been doing that?
This year will be 17 years.
Station 11, Stronger Together.
Yep.
13 years.
17.
17 years.
17
And then
years.
you're a contractor by trade?
Yes, sir. I do windows and gutters and siding, and
What's the name of your company?
Whitson's windows, gutter, and siding.
And if people want to get window and siding, how can they contact you?
By phone.
What's your number?
828-208-2873.
So the day of, take me back to the day of where we're heading.
The day of, do I have to really recall that?
Only if you're willing to.
Well, the day of, we had these people at about 8:30 in the morning. These people here come up, walked up to my home, and these people here also, and there was two here, and they had two grandkids. They were up at my home, and the water was right here. So they were safe. I wasn't safe for however long they needed. But the guy that was up here on Toots Creek come down and said that it was bad up here. So we decided after the waters receded a little bit to try to walk. We walked all the way up to what I call a war zone. It's literally like a bomb had went off. Car horns were blowing, people screaming, looking for um, the loved ones. They ended up finding one person, and there was two that was injured really bad. So I decided that I would come down and try to cut a trail because the road was, you can see the road was totally gone. So I was trying to cut a trail with a machete to where I could get a four-wheeler to get the injured out. So about 3 hours later, I decided I would go down and check on the road to see if the bridge was still there. So when I got down there, there was no bridge and no road, no way to get these people out. So I had to come back up and tell them that they're going to have to stay with us until we could get help. And the following day, we decided I was going to try to get my dirt bike to town. I told them we was going to town. So to get help because we had no phone service, no communication with anybody. We made it to town, and they had made it about a mile up the river with a dozer. I told them that there was quite a few that was deceased. We needed to get them out, and it was the following Tuesday they got the first body out, and the other two was the Wednesday. So when we got here to go up here to look, there was no road right here. There was a body laying right here, actually.
If you stop for
They've cut it, but her legs was trapped underneath that rub or the debris, and she was laying upside down.
and she was deceased.
Deceased, yeah. She didn't have any clothes on. It was just.
Did you know who she was?
No, she was they were from Florida, and they were up here staying. Her and her husband, they lost their life.
How old of a lady?
She was probably in her 60s, late 60s.
So she didn't have a chance.
No. And he was up at the end of the road. He was deceased too. He didn't. She washed all the way down, which was probably a half a mile. But all this wasn't even in existence here. This road was just completely gone.
So what does that feel like when a major disaster hits and
Well,
you're
it's kinda
are you in a
it's
shock?
kinda-
Is it a
it's kinda
shock?
like mind-boggling. You don't know really what's going on. It's just like a blur. And then when you lay down at night, it's just like it sinks in. Like, what have we just witnessed? But thankfully, prayers and friends and the community's stuck together, and it's kind of brought the community a lot closer. We got neighbors. I've got neighbors now that I didn't know I had. So it's been an experience, that's for sure.
So we're 7 weeks out from the storm. What would you want people that are going to watch this video to know? What's still needed?
Prayers. There's a lot of there's a lot of homes there's a lot of people that's lost everything, including their family members, and I don't know what would even. There's nothing really that you could fix. There's nothing that you could do to fix what you're fixing to see. Is probably, you'll understand. It's different. It's different. I'm thankful. I was very blessed as far as not having any damage, and it kind of makes me. I wouldn't say thankful. It makes me kind of feel bad because I'm so blessed, you know. Other people's lost everything, and then here I am, you know, with everything. So, very fortunate. Very
In
fortunate.
the military, they call that survivor's guilt.
I guess, yeah. But just try to help, be as helpful as you can, and that's all you can do. Try to forget. Forget what's in the past. Like I said, I just try to forget it, and life goes on. There's nothing that you can do to help the past, but you can sure help people in the future. It's kind of the way I'll look at it. The less fortunate.
Well, we're very grateful we met you, Adrian. You've been a blessing to our ministry.
I'm very blessed to meet you guys. You guys have been awesome, amazing. Texting and calling and checking, see what you can do and bring, and like people don't understand. It's hard for me to say what somebody else needs because like I've not lost anything. You know, that's hard for me to say. Hey, look, such and such needs this because I don't know really. Like these people here. I don't think he's come back yet, but he is living with her. Yeah, this road was not, there was no assistance. He still doesn't have any water. Running water, they're having a bucket water now.
Are most of these homes on wells?
Yes.
They're all wells.
Springs. But completely ripped all these back there. We just run over a spring line. It's ripped all the lines out. They're all going to have to be redone. So maybe if somebody knows somebody that's in the plumbing and ditch witch, and I'm pretty sure that their line run down this road, the main water line. There was places in this that was 15, 20 foot deep in this road. It's little Susan's car. She's one that she passed. This house is over here.
We wiped it out. They didn't have a chance.
No. Hello there, young man. I want you to get out. I want to show you how massive this was. This is literally a creek that's 2 foot wide. You can see it, but the farther you walk up, the worse it gets. But this is as far as the houses were. There's no more houses. But you can see there's part of foundation right here and one right here. But it's just as straight as it can be, straight in. You can imagine what this looked like Friday after the storm and the chaos that was going on with everybody. So,
How well did you know these people up here?
Like I said, this house and this house was they were from Florida, and I didn't really know those, but the next house down that swept away, I've known them since I was a child. And the guy survived and the lady didn't. She was in that hall right down there where they're digging right now. So he survived. He crawled out of that.
Pretty amazing. It's life changing. That is for sure. But this is, you can literally see the creek that's did all that damage. This is as bad as I've seen. I don't know I don't know about you. And they've cleaned this up a whole lot, so just thankful to be alive. These people are that survived up here.
Your parents still alive?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they were unharmed. Like I said, my whole family, we're blessed. It was just, I was just happy to be a helping hand. I guess the words that I'm very blessed to be able to have helped, which I didn't get to do a whole lot, just a lot of grunt work. So that's how that works. You see this, the top of this mountain up here? That's Mountain Air, which is a golf course and it's an airstrip, very populated. And from where I walked to the other day, that looks like it's come directly from up there. I don't know if it was a slide. It don't really look like a slide. It looks like more water, because the farther you walk up, the rocks are more clean. You know, there's not a slide's more like this, like the mud and the roots and stuff. But over here, it's just pure rock, like Colorado rock, and it's clean. And that's what I don't understand that. And the creek that's over here has no damage, and it's 3 times as big as this one. And I just don't understand. There's a lot of things that just I don't comprehend. Why it had to be on this side? Why didn't it come on this side? It would have dodged everything. But God has a reason for everything, doesn't he? Crazy, the power of water. I literally watched 3 roof lines go down the roof, like complete shingles, and watched a single wide mobile home looked like a houseboat. If I need to purchase one because it was floating like a boat and just floated out of sight, like as far as you could. Or you can see, it's like that has to be the toughest thing made. But then I got to watching videos, and there was hundreds of them that they had put on TikTok. The toughest of the homes that I've seen. There he is, literally, her name is Karen.
She act like a Karen?
She's a Karen.
She lives up to her name?
She's not sometimes, but most of the time. She can be a Karen. All you've got is what you've done for people. When you're dead and gone, that's all you've got. Some people, you lived your ministry. That's your life. What you do for others, how you help people. I always say that's your funeral. You're dead and gone. That's all you've got. That's what people can see. So there's really no point in having a funeral because you've already preached it. So if you can help others that's less fortunate than you, that's what you need to do. This has been a big eye opener for me, I can tell you that. Hopefully it has for others. This golf cart, we didn't have to walk back.
Good.
It's been known to break down a time or two. I appreciate you guys really helping.
Help a
That's,
little bit.
I'll fire that old long tractor up and I'll push the rest of it up.
Adrian, we're gonna bring truckloads of tools. This guy's, so just give it away.
Like this thing will probably be filled up with more than
Two or three of those.
Circular saws,
Chop saws,
all sorts of
cordless impact wrenches, drills,
stuff you didn't even know DeWalt made.
grinders.
I'm a DeWalt man.
Are you?
My truck is full of DeWalt stuff, and that saw's really the only thing that I don't have.
Well, now you have.
No. How big was the flood that came just before the hurricane? Because it was just a few days before, right?
That's what. No, it wasn't a flood. It was just preparing. It got the waters up.
Saturated water. Or
The
saturated
ground
dirt.
it had rained almost 2 days before that. And everything was good till about Friday morning, about 8:30.
Yeah.
And that's when it really performed. That's what I said.
Wow.
Performed is a way to word that.
I don't get scared a lot, but I was scared. I was scared of I was actually gonna go in the basement until I seen people out and about, like trying to get out of their houses. So
Basement would not have been the best choice.
no,
Not for flood.
which there was water in my basement, but after I went and we got them in the house. I was standing at the window, and the window was just, the house was kind of like almost like an earthquake.
It was vibrating like a drum almost.
It's hard to explain, and the ground was kind of shaking,
That's great.
and different times, but I'm sure it's from these slides, and the wind was just unreal. We had a hurricane in the mountains, is what this was.
For 3 days.
3 days almost.
Well, like I said, it was normal conditions for us till Friday morning at about 8:30, and then the wind really picked up, and then that's when. And what happens is the ground's already saturated and it starts uprooting trees. Well, when that happens, the water undermines, because the roots is what holds all the dirt and the mountains together. Like the roots of the trees is the foundation.
It's on top of rock, it's gone.
And when you start uprooting trees, the water starts undercutting, which causes slides. And then one slide starts another slide, and then as high as these mountains are, there's a lot of momentum, and anything below them it takes. But that's what I was telling him up here, like it's different up there because the rocks are clean. Like they're dirty down like lower, but if you walk up in there, it's like stuff you see in Colorado. It's not like a slide. It's kind of like water had dammed up and just bursted somewhere. It's different. It's terrible. We'll pull through.
Yeah.
If we could just get some of our tax money back on our property tax, we'd be good.
That'd be good. Maybe if we
They
could
had
get-
doubled on us this year.
Had they really?
Yep.
I'm going to touch base with you in the morning, see if you can
Yeah.
think of anything else. Otherwise, we're going to go try relief.
Unless you want to go up and try to help. If you want to run those saws, those up the end of the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
there more?
and tell them I sent you.
Okay.
Oh, if Yens can use us to cut And like you saying, they were digging
Yep.
through the debris up there.
Okay.
And if you want to run in saws or keep those saws, you might need them tomorrow.
You want to leave them in your carport or something like that? Would it be safe?
And if we
Yeah,
need
leave them
them,
in your
we'll,
carport. If we need them, we'll just pick them up.
And they can charge too, because we don't really have to do what they charge.
You know the reason they're not burning that debris up there. It says please move the debris because they're still finding stuff that's still good. You know what I'm saying? Like no,
pictures, heirloom stuff.
pictures, and I seen Aaron, or one of the guys, he's carrying out pictures one day. That's all he had left of his family. I'm sure they're probably finding guns and chainsaws and safes. They're probably. So I don't blame them. If that was my house that was piled up in a big pile like that, I wouldn't let them burn it either. Because there's some stuff that's just a lot of sentimental value money can't buy. But yeah, they can use your help. Just cutting stuff, can't they? From what you've seen?
Pretty much same stuff we did today. We're talking about same
Probably a little easier. Yep.
And then going up top, that'll be a good place because they're being underserved. So those are the types of people.
Well, people's afraid to go up there because of the damage. Like there was days that you couldn't get in there, and they don't know that you can get there.
How far up is it?
Half a mile. They're working on the road on the left, and then it's bad. It's bad. You could feel there's an eerie, somber vibe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like.
Oh yeah. I don't even like to go up there, to be honest with you. And I loved it up there. That's where we rode dirt bikes, and it's just like I rode up in there and I walked to see where the slide come from, and it's just like a weird.
Yep.
But once you get up in there, it's beautiful.
That's where the slide come from.
Yeah,
Absolutely
once you get farther up, like from what you've seen, there's solid rock that's from here to that house down here. That's just solid rock, and it's creek. It's gorgeous, and there's little waterfalls everywhere, and the water's so pretty and clear. If you get a chance to walk up in there, like where I took you, and the slide part, walk up into the slide. Or just walk up that slide, and it's just like
Get some pictures and videos of it.
it's gorgeous. I took pictures.
It's
And,
like Colorado. There's nothing.
oh yeah,
This is
it's
all
kind of
round
like
now.
it's just solid rock and little bitty waterfalls and deep holes, like that these falls are going into. Beautiful.
This is the guy's house that was knocked off the foundation. There's the house. There's where it resided. It's going to take a lot of years to rebuild this part of the country. After our second deployment, the thing that sticks out the most to me about the people of Western North Carolina is absolutely how hardy and durable these people are. I haven't heard one person complain. I haven't heard one person ask for a handout. And they just have put their heads down and work. And I just am so impressed with just the resolve of these people through tragedy, through loss, through tremendous loss. Loss of property, loss of family memories and homes, and loss of life. These people are built different. And I'm just so impressed with the people of Western North Carolina.